So a subscriber of mine pointed out that it's been about half a year since I uploaded something. I cannot believe it's been such a long time. Initially, I was going to review something, but it's been so long. I think instead I'm just going to give you guys sort of uh, a quick update on what I've been up to. So what have I been up to? Well, actually, for the most part, I've been reading, and you're wondering, well, what kind of books? I haven't been reading books. I've actually been. This is going to sound a little bit odd for a lot of people here in the West, but I've been reading games, and you're thinking, well, what sort of game where you primarily do a lot of reading? There is a genre of games that until recently had primarily been pretty much segregated to Japan until about the mid 2000s, late 2000s, when fan translations of various games within the visual novel genre had come out, and even an English dub anime adaptation of the one that got me started in the genre, which was Clanad. Now, if you're curious about Clanad, go to Wikipedia, and I apologize for not going into greater detail, but I want to try to keep this short. So go to Wikipedia and type in Clanad, left parenthesis, video game, right parenthesis, and it'll give you all the details about the game. Other visual novel titles that I have been um, that I've experienced include Planetarian, Reverie of a Little Planet. That one basically tugs at your soul, and I'm not exaggerating. Planetarian 2 or Clanad 2, you definitely want to um, have a box of tissues handy for both of those games. And then the one that I'm currently playing and apparently I'm completely stuck on because I keep going around in circles is Doki Doki Literature Club. Now, at the very beginning of this game, Doki Doki Literature Club says very, very straightforward that it's not for children, that it is. None of these games are for children, by the way. They're primarily aimed at adults. But Doki Doki Literature Club, especially, is not meant for children or those who are easily disturbed, it says. And that's because it is psychological horror. And in my case, I keep going through the same scenarios again and again and again. And I think I'm missing something. But no, that's basically where I've been because these games, you really don't complete them overnight, especially if you're like me and you like to take it in a little bit at a time. For Clanad, for example, it took me a good month from the beginning to the end. Planetarian, it took me a couple of days, but that's only because it was the story wasn't near as involved as Clanad. And Doki Doki Literature Club, as I said, has got me literally spinning around in circles. It's. But no, so that's basically part of where I've been for the last little while. In addition to that, a couple of things. I am never using Adobe again. And I'm not talking about Flash. Everybody needs to abandon Flash. If you're not, you're crazy. If you haven't done that, you're crazy. I'm talking about the Creative Suite, Illustrator, Photoshop, and InDesign. Now, the problem isn't Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, or InDesign themselves. The programs themselves are very robust. They are very capable. I was trained on them in high school. The problem has to do with what Adobe's made of them over the last 5-10 years, and that is that they've basically gone to a subscription model, and that subscription model forces you to utilize their Creative Cloud service. And the problem there is when I went to download Illustrator, it also brought on these additional Creative Cloud related apps that I didn't need. And then when I tried to delete them, I didn't delete them properly. I apparently deleted Illustrator. I deleted Illustrator first, which was not what I was supposed to do, I guess, because when I went to delete Creative Cloud, it literally became stuck because it kept saying that I couldn't delete it because it was in use, and it wasn't in use. So something, somehow, some way, it became jammed, and the only way that I could get rid of it was with a complete system restore from a Time Machine backup. So I am not using Adobe ever again unless I need to. If someday I work for a company that utilizes it, then I'll use their license, no problem. But I'm not about to pay for something that is that, buggy. And I'm talking again about the overall experience, not necessarily the software, Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign themselves, but the stuff surrounding it. Like if you want to use all three, you have to become part of their. You basically have to get everything, and that includes a whole bunch of stuff that I personally wouldn't use for $50 a month, which I think is too much for somebody who's looking at this primarily as a hobby, unless a work opportunity does come along, and of course I'll be happy to take it. But it's just crazy. So what I've done instead is I've been utilizing the equivalents of Affinity Designer, Photo, and Publisher. And in Affinity Publisher in particular, I've been utilizing to write sort of a book. Towards the end of my doctorate, I didn't make it through because of stats and pressure and all that. But towards the end, I started writing these passages about things that I realized throughout the last, decade of practicing yoga. And I figured, you know what, I've got enough of these. Why don't I see about turning them into a book? So that's basically what I've been doing. But no, that's basically where I've been and what I've been up to. And I just wanted to keep you guys informed. And I'm very much looking forward to the September event with the new iPhones, and I'll most likely be back with some words on them. And hopefully I will see you guys soon, and it won't be another 6 months. Thank you for watching. Comments are welcome, and have a nice day.